Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this video, we're going to be taking a look from the world of Eagle Force, the blade that cuts both ways, the 1/18 scale, the Goblin action figure. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the packaging, the figure, the accessories, the quality, the joints, and we'll talk about the backstory of this figure, a little bit about the lore of the blade that cuts both ways, which is pretty amazing in my opinion. When this figure was released about a year or so ago for pre-order, we just had a render with the figure, the accessories that you're going to get, along with the title as the 13 Ghosts, which made me wondering what's up with that title. So let's go ahead and talk about that. In ancient Japan, Queen Himiko forged a unified nation from desperate island kingdoms. She possessed some formidable magical skills. Following her passing, she was buried in a great mound. The whereabouts of this mound has been lost in time. Before her demise, 13 warriors consecrated their souls, vowing eternal guardianship over the High Queen, even in death. These warriors' essence were bound to 13 enchanted masks, granting them the ability to inhabit the wearers' bodies with their indomitable spirits. These masks evolved into the legend of the 13 Ghosts of Yamadi, coveted by seekers of power. Two of these masks have been found the way to Savitar, held within the Red Resolution's grasp. One, known as the Goblin, embodies the spirit and revels in a maniac laughter and crafting intricate snarls. The other, the Fog, possesses the uncanny ability to materialize and dissipate like mist. The enigma of why these two serve Savitar instead of guarding the Queen Himiko's tomb like their brethren remains a puzzling enigma, shrouded in the mists of history. So as we take a look at this packaging, we'll talk more throughout the video about the characters and what I kind of come across of. It's really caught my attention because it's really hard to come by 1/18 scale figures that are super cool with a backstory, good quality figures with amazing accessories, and these fit all those categories. So here you see the packaging. The artwork on the front of this of the Goblin looks amazing. Here on the side you can see the name of the character, you can see the blade that cuts both ways. There's some backstory there on the actual back of the packaging. This is number 4, I guess, in whatever line, the subgroup that they're listing these as. There's not a whole lot of information out there about the overall subgroup, I guess, or subline inside Eagle Force. But here's the top of the packaging. These are recommended for age 17 and up. Here's the bottom, and definitely can see some of the names are responsible for either the packaging, the art, etc. Very cool. And if you want to read some of this here, I'll hold it up close for a few minutes. You can pause it where you need to, and you can check out that. And here is the cross sell, and here's a sneak peek of the Fog and a new character, which is Frank Walsh's best friend, Sunny Yen. Very cool. Now you can see that the box has a window display and a flap that opens up, and inside you have a really cool backstory of the cartoons. There's some little hidden gems inside that comic. It shows you some new characters that will be coming out here and some upcoming new Eagle Force waves. I'm going to do a video of that here very shortly, so you want to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out. But here is the Goblin himself. You're going to see how cool this figure is here, so stay with me in this video. It's kind of like the overall. There's a Goblin, there's the Fog. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get him out of packaging, and we're going to check him out. And here's a quick look at the insert inside. Very nice artwork. Very cool. And here's our Goblin outside the packaging, and I must say, if you see my Savitar video, he's just as amazing for the quality, especially as a suited character. We're going to get more on that also in this video, but as for now, here is the Goblin. He looks amazing. Very, very cool. Taking a up close look to him, here he is. He has a bald character, no hair, decent looking face sculpt. There's one of those 13 masks that they're talking about. There is a piece of rubber band here holding the mask on, and I'll show you a little more in depth about how those head swaps work out. But here we have the suit. We have the white button down shirt, black tie, and a black suit. Silver belt buckle there, pretty nice. See the flesh tone hands, black feet. Here is the peg holes. One bigger and one smaller on each foot for the unique stand that it comes with. Very nice looking figure overall. We did take a look at on the base. Here is the peg hole for his weapons. It's a very unique piece that was designed by Fresh Monkey Fiction. I'll show you that here also. Looks very, very nice. So for articulation of the figure, you can look down, you can look up, side to side very nicely. Rotates 360. Arms can get better in T-pose. And I'm telling you what, man, the joints are fluent on these. They feel like they're just smooth and everything's working the way it should be working. Rotate 360 way around. Single joint elbows, pretty decent. The hands go up and down, which you're going to see is very important for the overall accessories. And it rotate 360 also. There's a waist swivel inside there. If you want to force that around, you can. One thing cool about these figures, they have this softer jacket and not real stiff. So you can actually get these figures to sit in a vehicle if you want to do that. Perfect 90 degrees. Very nice. Some of the ones like from our task force I have for my John Wick is very stiff and it's not very easy to get a character to sit using that particular body mold. Thigh cut here 360. You can get a decent split. Nice kicks. Very cool. Double jointed knees. You can actually go this way also. Feet do pivot down, pivot up, and it can go around the pants leg if you want that feature also. But it is a very nice smooth figure, great articulation, great figure overall. Feels like a premium figure. You know, these cost about $26.99, so yeah, they're definitely worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the stand here. This is the EcoForce stand it comes with. You have a very large peg versus a small one to accommodate those holes on his feet. I want to use this because I don't want it to fall over when you start printing on the accessories. I'm not saying it's an unbalanced figure, but just for our purposes here, I want to keep him standing up with any issues. Now, if you don't like the 13 Ghost backstory, you can actually just buy this figure and use him as a bodyguard because you get this alternate head here. It has the glasses and the gray hair, and you can use it as a bodyguard. And there you go. That's what that looks like. It looks pretty good. Now that we have the Goblin back, here's a look at how the face is made. Now this head and this head's the same. We have to have a mask on these two heads because that's the way it's pegged into the face. And one just has hair and just one doesn't. So you do get another mask because it's part of the 13 Ghosts. Who knows? Couldn't find anything about that. But you peg that right in. And you can get that. And we'll take a more in depth here in a video. I have a couple of these figures and I'll show you them all together. So instead of me just swapping out the heads, you can see those here in a bit. It comes with this mask here. And you can put onto the figure, which I'll show you here in a bit. I believe I might have got two different kind of versions of these. Same mask, it's a little less black paint on the other one, but I'll show you that here shortly. Alright, so here's that very unique piece I was talking about. Very cool. What this is, it holds the two swords and the Excaliburs in his size, which is fantastic. And this just pegs into his back, like so. And that's very, very nice. So, his accessories are pretty much amazing. He comes with two swords. One's a katana and one's a little bit shorter. I think it's called like a wakasaki sword. And then the third one I think is like a tanto blade. If I remember my swords correctly. Here's a black handle. We have the gold here at the bottom. Gold pommel. Nicely sculpted. And the qualities are stiff. They're flexible when they need to be. They're not warped or anything. They look fantastic. And the tolerances to put these in and out is incredible. Don't have to worry about your paint coming off. And they match. It's just one's just a little bit. Let's see if I can get these right. Uh-oh. One is just a little bit shorter than the other one, as you can see there. Oh, get them even. Yeah, so the one bit, it's a little bit shorter, so that's pretty cool. And then we can just basically stick these however you want. You can stick them in either one of these holes, and the whole Excalibur just fits right inside like that. And then you can pull the swords out however you see fit, like so. And they stay in there quite well. Well, most of them stay in there quite well. A couple of these figures, and that's the first one that fell out. So, and then also you can actually put the position these wherever you want them. If you want them at an angle, if you want them this way, if you want to switch the longer versus the shorter one, you can do that also. But that's how they look out front. Looks pretty good. Now what else is cool? It comes with these two sides, a pair. Silver with the black handles, silver on the end. Looks super cool, and they're nice and stiff. They're not cheap or warpy or anything, so they hold their shape where they need to be. And what's really cool about these guys, keeping all your accessories on your figure is something I absolutely love to do. Sometimes you get too much, but in this case, for the overall Ninja Assassin look, you have this appearance, which looks incredible. That's sweet. Very cool. And then, so that's what I about. Maybe it's going to get a little bit top heavy there, but seems to be pretty good. So that's our Goblin there. He does come with a lot more accessories for us to take a look at. He comes with a pistol, which you can use for, I guess, for whoever, or the Goblin, or any of his other masks, and even the bodyguards. This little Beretta. It's very nice. It does come with a boatload of hands, which is cool. You get accessories for like hands for additional accessories, which is the hands for, you have a glove version versus a more of a a flesh tone hands. So you can even mix and match and have one flesh tone and one black hand, like one gloved hand. That's a pretty cool idea, I think, if you want to give a little bit of difference in your figures. So we'll go through the black ones first. So there's that one. There's a more gripping, opening hands. Here's the fisted hands. Pretty quickly, just go through these here. Here's some gripping hands. So small, hard to hold on to. And I know they're not right and left correct in the picture, but just trying to get through and give you an idea of all the hands you're going to get. More of a trigger figure set here. And we're moving to the flesh tone hands, which are totally different than on some of the black hands. You get your flat karate chopping hands there, which is pretty decent. You do get a set of fisted hands in the flesh tones too, if that's something you wanted to do. You do get a another gripping hand here, and then the other one for that side, and then you get the overall, like the gripping hand here, or holding something, a cradle hand of a weapon or an assault rifle or something like that, or just dramatic posing, which is really cool. So here we have the two masked versions here that you could create. Not sure if this guy has a name, if he's a part of the 13 Ghosts or not, but that's what they look like. They look pretty awesome. And here is a 360 look at the characters. They look fantastic together. I love how they match, but then have that different head sculpt that gives them that overall difference. Super cool. So here's a look at the other mask that I have. You can see that in this version, I kind of have two different kind of paint. There's a little more red on this mask versus that's more black. But it's the same mask, it's a little different in the paint applications, which is pretty cool. So if you buy more one, you might get a little bit of variances, and you can pick what you want. And let's take a look at the overall 360 of these figures. Looks pretty good. You can see how you can remove a set of weapons from the back, and we're going to talk about how well they hold these weapons also. But before we do that, let's take a look at all three of them together. And there's all three of them looking fantastic. Let's look at a 360 look at those guys. They look amazing. Imagine having like a bunch of these on your shelf, at least like 13 or more. I mean, you got the 13 ghosts, but if you want to go farther in your world, you could do that. Especially if you've got the bodyguards or whatever. Looks pretty decent. Let's talk about the accessories and how they can hold them very well. Look at the bend ratio here for that katana. And this is a simple 9-degree bend, but that articulation of wrist makes that this insane about how close you can get that to the body. And then you can see here, it's very fluent. If you want to get that up and down, look like so. It's all blurry. There we go. Very nice. And if you bring this guy ahead, I love the trigger handle. I like how you can actually get the finger over the top of the side there to give out a little bit of flair. That's very, very cool. Very nice. And let's go ahead and bring the master and himself, Salvatore, Ninja Warrior. Obviously, these are fantastic. It kind of look like some kind of Yakuza clan, some kind of modern ninja in suits, Yakuza, whatever you want them to be. It's your story. You can do what you want. They look fantastic. So let's take a look at these guys in 360 all the way around. Salvatore, I did a review for him. You check him out. He has different color swords. You can see that they're more of a red versus a black. He does not come with the size. He comes with a AK-47 and a pistol also. And pretty much the same head sculpt for the overall bodyguard. So, and then you get a younger head sculpt of Salvatore if you want a younger version of Salvatore. But I kind of like the older, Grandmaster look of the gray hair of Salvatore for me. So this is how I'll display mine, and I can't wait to get a hold of the fog and any of the other characters that may come along with the fog. I believe there might be a alternate head, 2 alternate heads, another red mask and another half mask like the goblins, but I think it's blue. So very cool. That would give me, at least another 3, so that's 6 in Salvatore. So even if they didn't make any more, that's a great little ninja assassin team. Very nice. Hope you guys really like these figures. They're well worth the price, and they're fun. I can't stop playing with them. I've had them for a couple of days now, and they're my go-to figures right now. Even all the figures I have, I just can't stop playing with them. I think they're fantastic, especially the accessories and all the stuff you get, and you can mod them however you want. So guys, I hope you liked this review. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Comment down below, and we'll see you in our next review.